There are monsters that announce themselves loudly. They roar, they bleed, they tear the world apart. Winter, however, prefers subtlety. In Japan's coldest stories, when the road disappears and mountains forget their names, travellers speak of a woman who walks through the blizzards, snow in her hair, no breath in the air, no footprints behind her. She does not chase, she does not run, she does not need to. Her name is Yuki-onna, the snow woman, and by the time she speaks to you, the road home may already be gone. I'm James, this is Mythic Tides. In Japan's winter stories, beauty kills quietly. On a winter's night in Musashi province, two woodcutters are caught far from home. One is an old man, the other is a boy called Minokichi. The storm comes down out of the mountains without warning. Snow falls thick and sudden, blotting out the road almost as soon as they realise they are lost. They do not reach the village. Instead, they find shelter, barely, in a small ferryman's hut beside the river. The door rattles under the wind. Snow forces its way through the cracks, sifting in like ash. The old man lies down first. He's exhausted. His breathing slows, and soon he sleeps. Minokichi, younger and colder, lies awake. He listens to the storm clawing at the hut. He listens to the river moving beneath its skin of ice. He waits for the morning. Near midnight, the door slides open. It makes no sound. A woman enters. She is very tall, very beautiful. Her face is white beyond any human pallor, smooth and luminous, as though carved from moonlight rather than flesh. She moves across the hut and kneels beside the old man. Minokichi watches. He cannot move, he cannot speak, he can barely breathe. The woman bends over the sleeper and exhales. From her mouth comes a white vapour, brighter than the snow itself, slow, deliberate, intimate. The breath touches the old man's face. His skin turns blue. He does not cry out. He does not wake. The woman straightens. Then she turns her eyes upon Minokichi. "You're young," she says at last, "and very handsome." Her voice is calm, almost kind. She kneels beside the boy, her face close to his. "I will not harm you," she says, this time. Then her voice sharpens just slightly, like frost forming. "But if you ever speak of what you've seen tonight, even to your own parents, I will know. Then I will kill you." She rises, she passes through the open door, and she's gone. At dawn, Minokichi wakes alone. Beside him lies the old man, frozen stiff, his face locked in the shape of sleep. Years pass. Minokichi grows into a strong man. One winter evening, he meets a young woman travelling alone. Her name, she says, is Oyuki. She has no family, no home to return to, nowhere else to go. He brings her back to his house. She stays. They're married. Oyuki is a good wife, gentle, tireless, never complaining of the cold. Even in the deepest winter, she wears only light robes, as though warmth has simply never concerned her. She bears Minokichi 10 children. They are all unusually fair, unusually healthy. The years pass quietly, happily. Then one night, snow falls softly outside and the children sleep. Minokichi speaks. He tells his wife of a dream of a long ago night, of a storm, a hut, a woman who kills with her breath. As he speaks, Oyuki grows very still. When he finishes, she rises to her feet. Her face changes. "So," she says, "it was you." Her voice is no longer gentle. "That was I, the Yuki-onna." She steps towards him and the air tightens with cold. "And I should kill you now, as I promised long ago." She looks at him. Then she looks past him, towards the sleeping children. Her expression shifts. "For their sake," she says, "I will spare you." Her voice lowers, hardening once more. "But But if you should ever treat them cruelly, if you fail them in any way, I will return. She turns, she passes through the wall like mist, and she is gone. Oyuki is never seen again. Minokichi survives, which in stories like these is not quite the same as winning. Yuki-onna is often introduced as a winter yokai. Sometimes she's called a ghost, sometimes a monster, sometimes a tragic woman made of snow. All of these are true. Across Japan, Yuki-onna is not a single being. She has many stories shaped by geography, climate, and the simple question of how people survived winter, when winter still killed often. In some regions, she's an executioner, freezing the lost as they sit. In others, she tests kindness, silence, or restraint. Elsewhere, she is used to keep children indoors, travellers moving, and villagers attentive to the seasonal calendar. Sometimes she kills instantly, sometimes she waits years. In some stories, she is young and devastatingly beautiful. In others, she's bent, toothy, barely human. Sometimes she allows you to live and remember. The poet Soji recorded an encounter in Ichigo in modern Niigata. At dawn, he saw a woman standing in his snow-covered garden. She was unnaturally tall, her skin whiter than the drifts around her hair pale, like frost made solid. When he spoke to her, she vanished. No pursuit, no icy breath, no punishment. In this earliest form, Yuki-onna is not a character, she is a presence. It's only later, during the Edo period, that she becomes recognisable. Artists like Toriyama Sekian fixed her image in scrolls and compendia, turning a moment of weather into a woman. Beautiful, calm, and almost always without feet. In folklore, feet mean weight, belonging, they mean leaving marks behind you. Yuki-onna does none of these. She does not walk the snow, she passes through it, floating, like snowfall itself. Yuki-onna is largely absent from Ainu cosmology. She belongs to Waijin agrarian society, a spirit born where snow both kills and feeds. In Hokkaido, winter spirits follow different rules. In some provinces, Ichigo, Mutsu, parts of northern Honshu, the snow woman does not come down from the mountains, she comes from the river. On winter nights, when the water is not yet frozen solid, travellers crossing bridges or ferries sometimes see her standing at the very edge of the stream. She stands barefoot on the ice, wrapped in white, her long black hair hanging loose down her back, as though gravity itself has slowed in the cold. She does not shiver, she does not stamp her feet, she waits patiently, as winter often does. As a man approaches, she calls out softly. "Please," she says, "I'm cold, lend me your hand." Her voice is weak, almost embarrassed. The sort of voice that apologises for existing, the sort people trust. The traveller is kind, most people are. He steps closer, he offers his hand. The moment he touches her, she pulls. Her grip is impossibly strong, not violent, certain. The skin of her hand burns with cold, the way metal does when you touch it without thinking. She drags him into the river, and the water closes over both of them without a sound, as if swallowing is simply what rivers do. By morning, only his sandals remain on the bank, stiff with frost, placed neatly side by side, as if the river itself has manners. But there are other versions. In some villages, she does not ask for a hand at all, she asks for water. "Just one ladle," she says, "I'm freezing." If the man gives her the water directly, she drinks, and then exhales gently into the cup. The water freezes solid in his hands, his arms numb, his fingers lock. The cold climbs him slowly, patiently, like a debt being collected. By the time he collapses, she's already gone. And yet, there is a way to survive. If the traveller pours the water into the ground instead, not refusing her, but not completing the exchange, she smiles. "You are clever," she says, and vanishes into the river mist, leaving the night exactly as it was. Winter does not punish cruelty, that would be too obvious. It punishes reflex. Cold does not reward kindness. it rewards awareness. She does not drink blood, she does not tear flesh. She steals heat, she steals breath, she steals vitality. The things winter takes first. Her icy exhalation, that pale cloud blown into a victim's face, is not a flourish, it's hyperthermia given intent. And this is why Yuki-onna does not need claws, she only needs the cold. Far from rivers and roads, and mountain villages where the world narrows to white and silence, another story is told, always in a whisper. A hunter travels alone, he sees a child. She stands knee-deep in the snow, crying, the sound thin and ragged, as though the cold itself has learned how to breathe. "Mother," she cries, "I'm cold." No tracks lead to her. The snow around her is smooth and untouched, like a page no one has written on yet. If the hunter approaches and lifts her into his arms, she is light at first, but with every step he takes, she grows heavier. The way exhaustion creeps in, her arms tighten around his neck. By the time he realises he cannot put her down, she weighs as much as stone. His legs sink into the snow. His breath comes out in short, white gasps, as though winter is quietly counting them. Sometimes he feels her smile against his cheek. By morning, he's found frozen, arms locked around nothing. There are versions where the hunter survives. When he feels his child growing heavy, he stops. He stabs her with his knife. She bursts apart into snow, scattered across the field. The wind rises suddenly, blinding him. When it clears, she's gone. The villagers later say, "You met Yuki-onna. She takes the form of whatever will make you stop." And in other regions, she does not look like a child at all. She looks like what age is supposed to make you. Harmless. In the mountains of western and southern Japan, the snow woman is not young. She is bent, she is hoarse, she smells of damp straw and rot. They call her Yukinba, the old woman of the snow. She does not appear suddenly. She announces herself. A man walks home from his fields. He hears an old woman calling from the snow. "Help me," she cries, "I've fallen." Her voice is thin, polite, exhausted. He follows the sound into a wheat field. She sits hunched on the ground, wrapped in rags, one leg folded strangely beneath her. She looks small, manageable, exactly the sort of person you'd help without thinking. When he reaches for her, she looks up, her mouth open far wider than it should. Her teeth are long, dark, and uneven. She lunges. The man stumbles back just in time and runs, hearing her laughter hopping after him through the snow, uneven, delighted, and much closer than it ought to be. This Yuki-onna does not test mercy, she tests recognition. Winter here has learned how to sound deserving. In Fukui and parts of Shikoku, the snow woman does not walk, she hops. They call her Koshi-musume, the passing girl. On snowy roads, a young woman passes a traveller. She never turns her head. She moves silently, leaving no mark. Do not look back. If the traveller turns, even slightly, she stops. When he looks again, she's gone. Or worse, she's behind him. Not rushing, not angry, simply correcting his mistake. A traveller hears it in the night. He approaches and finds no body, only a giant head, pale as snow, hopping towards him on a single leg beneath the jaw. The head smiles, the teeth snap shut. He flees, the steady thud, thud, thud following through the dark. Once you commit to a path in the snow, hesitation can be fatal. Turning back is not always an option. And under all of this, bridges, fields, roads, lies the oldest fear, children vanishing into the snow. In older layers of folklore, the snow woman is explicit. She eats children. She does not disguise herself as young, she disguises herself as safe. In Ehime, the appearance of Yuki-mishi, snow insects, in autumn is taken as a warning. The elders say the Yukinba is walking. If children wander after the first snowfall, they may hear an old woman calling their name. Those who follow are never found, or they're found frozen, faces peaceful, mouths slightly open, as if the cold had asked politely, and been allowed in. Modern retellings often separate these figures, the beautiful snow woman, the crone, the child, the thing at the river. They're not separate, they're the same as winter. The hag belongs to famine years, to mountains, hunger and survival before comfort. The beautiful Yuki-onna comes later, with settled villages, warm interiors and stories written indoors. She's not kinder, she's simply closer. If you find yourself on a mountain path where the air turns to glass and the wind begins to whisper your name, remember this: there is no steel that can cut her, no prayer that can melt her. Against Yuki-onna, you only have the rules. Do not speak to her. If she addresses you, do not answer. To speak is to acknowledge her world. If she asks for a hand, do not give it. If she asks for water, pour it upon the earth. In the logic of the snow, a completed gift is a contract signed in frost. Never look back. If you feel her breath on your neck, keep your eyes on the path ahead. If she spares you, if she leaves you with a secret or a command, carry it to your grave. She has the patience of a glacier. But the winter is not always a killer. In some villages, they tell of Oshiroi Baba. She's not a hunter, but a rescuer, a warm shadow in the storm. She carries a bottle of hot sake. When a traveller collapses, when the limbs grow heavy and the mind begins to drift into that final comfortable sleep, the Oshiroi Baba appears. She forces warmth back into your throat, dragging you by the collar across the line between sleep and death. Winter in these stories is a dual blade. The same landscape that kills you for a single mistake might, once in a while, push you back towards the fire. Yuki-onna did not disappear, she softened. As winter grew safer, she became tragic, a lonely immortal, a restrained lover. Yet beneath modern portrayals, the old logic remains intact. She's not evil, she's not kind. She's winter, given a face, a voice, and just enough mercy to let some return. Because even winter, it seems, appreciates a good warning. If you've got something to say about Yuki-onna, please do leave a comment, and if you enjoyed the video, subscribe. I'm James, this is Mythic Tides. I hope to see you again soon.